Welcome in, everyone, to the Bill Tierney Show here on ESPN Denver 1600. I'm Rod Sharon, joining every Wednesday at 6:30, as we do with the head coach of the defending national champion Denver Pioneers, Bill Tierney. His team now 4-0 after last weekend, ranked first or second in all major polls.
Yeah, it's, as you always worry about games like those because, the whole world thinks they're just going to be easy for you. And, the first game against Sacred Heart, we had a terrible practice last Friday, and the first game against Sacred Heart showed early, and they jumped up to a 2-0 lead on us, and I think that woke the guys up. And we still had our lulls, but we had some great moments as well. The last 2 minutes of the first half, we went from 8-2 to 11-2, and it was as nice a lacrosse as I've seen the 2016 Pioneers play.
Connor Canizero, 6 points, including 5 goals. Brendan Bonberry, career-high 4 goals. 11 different players score in the game. It just seems like every game you're getting big contributions from several different players. You're not just relying on one guy. How rewarding is that? And to an extent, how relieving is that to you as a coach that you're not necessarily over-reliant on one or two individuals?
That's going to be a key for us, Rogers. We move through the seams, and people are going to shut Connor off, and people are going to try to double team Connor as Air Force did a few weeks back, and he's getting used to that a little bit better. He doesn't have Berge by his side to take the heat for him, and he's getting better and better and getting used to that. But when you look and see 2 straight games with 11 guys scoring, including a lot of young guys, it really does tell you that they're getting there, and we hope that continues. Matt Brown has played consistently now, even in the toughest of times, 5 attackmen and 3 sets of midfield. So that's a lot. That's a lot for a lacrosse team, and I think it's really helped us. It helps the first midfield and to concentrate a little bit more when they're out there. It allowed us to use Tyler Pace and Zach Miller on the wings of face-off, so it allows us to open up our game a little bit when we play more players.
Your team begins a stretch of 5 of 6 away from home as the Pioneers visit the North Carolina Tar Heels on Saturday. Coverage begins at 10:30 here on ESPN Denver 1600. Tyler Mon will have the call. And, Coach, not often we say this, but it is an opportunity for a little revenge. You lost in Chapel Hill 12-10 last year. Is that a factor as you get ready to go into this game, or do you just wipe the slate clean? It's a new year.
We talk about this often. Last year with the number 1 ranking, this year with the repeat word, and now, we're going to talk about revenge because last year when it happened during our 2 games that we lost, this trip to North Carolina last year, we got to the airport, the flight was canceled. We had to come back home, fly the next day, flew to Dulles, drove down to North Carolina, and insisted that the guys didn't use that as an excuse. But we felt like we didn't play our best game. But credit to Carolina, they played very well that day. And then we've been there a bunch of times before. We've been successful with them in the playoff season, and now we want to get them back in the regular season as well.
Well, how is that team different now from the one that you guys faced a year ago? Obviously, they come in 3-1, so they've been playing pretty well thus far. Do you notice any major differences, major similarities from the team you faced last season?
They are as well coached a group as you have in Division I lacrosse, but they've changed. They've lost some key personnel at the offensive end. They've got some really young people, very talented but young. For the last 4 years, they had these 2 attackmen, Jimmy Bitter and Joey Sankey, little left-handers that gave everybody fits, us included, and they've graduated, and now they're bringing in some new people, and so it's a different look. It's a little bit of a slower, more methodical look. Their offensive coordinator, Dave Metzbauer, was my assistant at Princeton for 20 years. So I know he wants to beat the old coach, and and I want to beat him too. So it should be a great game. They showed great energy the other day. They beat Hopkins at Hopkins, which is a rare occurrence, and beat them pretty well. So it's going to be a challenge going down there. It's going to be a great game. And last year was probably, I think, statistically the toughest game for Trevor Baptiste facing off, and he and the Kelly kid from North Carolina will be going head-to-head again this Saturday, so it'll be interesting.